akotene ebi ene se Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo ene day wagina simpie so akasa na ne nkasaye mu ena wode ato edwa a ochirim se economy no obefae no na chesa tete apansam nanso wabon ho moden one ne dom ama etumi agina.
The state of the economy we inherited. An economy with severe macroeconomic instability, weak growth, a troubling financial sector, low investor confidence, and significant structural bottlenecks. The basic facts of our unhappy inheritance are well documented. 15.4% rate of inflation, a 9.3% fiscal deficit, 32% rate of interest, a 3.4% rate of GDP growth, the lowest in 2 decades.
Na eno entonchen so ene day wasa kasa ede afa African Free Trade Center ni jumedi ayapa hontoma ene day eho no de atudwa se ebeboa pa ama Ghana yensika sem sanso na bibrem yensika sem etimi egina brane.
But I also added that government will ensure that Ghanaian and businesses derive maximum benefit from the AFCFTA. Indeed, when the Assembly of the Authority of the African Union at its 12th Extraordinary Summit honored Ghana with the privilege of hosting the Secretariat of the AFCFTA in Accra, they placed Ghana at the heart of accelerating the implementation of the African continental integration endeavor, not just symbolically, but also operationally.
Sa enso ena edom kuma de odi oda wona no e wo mrasebedwa fie eye Haruna Idris ono so akasa ede afa ene sona ana State of the Nation address e course Ghana ha say no wakasa ede afa ho.
What I do know is that the 2020 election produced an inevitable outcome of no majority party in parliament. 137 is equal, so it's even wrong for the president to say almost equal. What is almost equal? It's 128 is almost equal. He got it mathematically wrong.
Honorable say Chairman Sambonsu majority leader on so akasafa so na no honsanso no de atudwa say Yewura Michael Quay or qualify say osa etnem as a Speaker of Parliament.
What it means is that omonim say Juma Chairman Sambonsu ayo member or Mrasebe Jefie no. You say you made nation and say obetimi aye. Na me so many makoma mu say betimi aye. Nanso me Nasara coordinator a friend of Alaji Ipala ono kana sen wose konjano eye bakupe.
In some way, any afufro P in an enumere yesin konya wa 24 radio so ayebeto ede amanemo. E channel ho ewo modernghana.com Zeno radio and afin so tune in. Ukopiemo ewo YouTuber eya 24 TV sanso na Facebook eya 24 radio/TV. Eho enensem day onsa ebetimi aka. Medin ede Edward Donko Papa Smiley ene totonoma sene be ya mobeti enka ewo enframem afei enumere nsem no emu enchiremu enie. Ene day Nana do Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne mprenai so as president no wakwa koginemu ewo emrahye bedwafie ede afimu ensem ekoso nyina wakobo ne tofa ede achire emrahye bedwafo wabra okopiemu ewo emrahye bedwafie na eno ena chese etwato kra ayedi ewie afi na afi so amemu edema no se omo ebredi kan no yede hye ne nsa no ono so ode eba awieye na ye hwe ni mu se nyame eya adoma daya wada ye bese yi no akire wiase afa na nyina se ampaga na ekọ akono ekoto aba no wono ena esa to no so na ene ne nkasa yi mu ena ode to dwa se ohwe economy yensi kasem ne enyuma sem a obe ogifree John Dramani Mahama ensem no na chese atete apansama na enkoye kra na enso ne team a Dr. Baumia oye vice president odi animu no omutimi bom homodin ye pa ema sese ohwe ye economy na titu 2019 eba no na chese ejina ne naso pampia enya asem ketwa.
We thought we knew that we would face a difficult situation, but when we took a good look, we were still taken back by the state of the economy we inherited. An economy with severe macroeconomic instability, weak growth, a troubling financial sector, low investor confidence, and significant structural bottlenecks. The basic facts of our unhappy inheritance are well documented. 15.4% rate of inflation, a 9.3% fiscal deficit, 32% rate of interest, a 3.4% rate of GDP growth, the lowest in 2 decades, all under an IMF-sponsored bailout program. We set to work quickly, and I'm glad to say that we've been able to stabilize the economy, exit satisfactorily the IMF program, and restore confidence in the economy. At the end of 2019, the economy was characterized by strong growth in response to implementation of government flagship programs, single-digit inflation, reduced fiscal deficits with 3 consecutive years of primary surpluses, relatively stable exchange rate, significant improvement in the current account with 3 consecutive years of trade surpluses, strong foreign exchange reserve buffers, and markedly reduced lending rates. The global pandemic of COVID-19 threatened to derail the progress chalked over the first 3 years of my administration. Its impact has led to the revision in GDP growth for 2020 from 6.8% to 0.9% and later to 1.9% to reflect significant slowdown in economic activities as a consequence of the effects of COVID-19 on lives and livelihoods. The proactive decisions taken by government to fight the pandemic, as well as revitalize and transform the economy with the 100 billion CD Ghana Cares or Batampa program, anchors bright prospects for the medium term.
Yei Ghana mampeni a yasato aba His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne yete ne no na eba agrek anase yenkua ye edwuma ho a eno nso oka ensem de todwa se ohwe yare ni nyina echi sene akuafo si bom ho moden titru afi mu a na nya asem keto akra na ewuko ye dwama nso a aduane enye na ewo ehonom sanso na ene Ghana etimi so anuane efri omem ha sei de ko amanaman ahodo so ekokoton na kane no entosi ene body nyina na etimi krabi de bo mem ase yen so nai eso ate se hwi a omayi na ekra nua de anuane eko amanfo enkro so.
In our country would be at the secondary level. It is a transformational step that we have taken which should quicken the pace of development all round and give us confidence in our future. In 2017, it appeared to some like the same old refrain when we said farmers and agriculture would get the highest priority. But we can see the difference it makes when the government treats farmers with respect and spends resources and expertise on agriculture. We have seen the dramatic turnaround of our agricultural fortunes due to the progressive policies that have improved the living standards of farmers in the country. The excellently executed policy for planting for food and jobs has laid the foundation for the agricultural transformation of our country. We are able to say that our country is now a net exporter of food, and we no longer have to import basic foods like plantain and tomatoes. Mr. Speaker, Ghana rice is the preferred choice in an increasing number of our homes as the growing, processing, and packaging of rice become a more established and attractive industry. During this COVID crisis, we have mercifully been bear the specter of food shortages. On the contrary, thanks to planting for food and jobs, food has been in abundance in our markets across the country. Throughout the ages, food processing has provided a takeoff point for the industrialization of many nations. We are taking that lesson to heart as we pursue the goal to industrialize, modernize, and create jobs for the young people of our nation.
Ghana man penny His Excellency Nana Danko Akufo-Addo na yetene no na the year of return and so ye be remu 2020 no Ghana akwantufo anaso omo tu kwan ekọ amanfo nkro so ene amanfo a omo eba omam ha sei na so boy my economy no etimi gina na so ye pa timi de sika ebre oman sanso eno se COVID-19 so ehain ye papa na so apomden fo omo so gina omo na so bo omo moden pa or the asida kese ede ema woma womo etu anamon gina tentene so bom pempese ne be COVID-19 no entimi tretre no otuhu anamon ede asida kese ema womo.
It's a mark of solidarity with the descendants of the millions of Africans that were taken in captivity from our shores into the Americas and Caribbean. Black people in the African diaspora, those in the Americas and Caribbean, and indeed in the rest of the world, took to their hearts our invitation and came in their numbers to Ghana. Our country throbbed to the sound of the returnees and the joy of finding a welcome after the trauma of 400 years of the horror of the slave trade. The young people of the world came to Ghana, and it was a good experience for all of us to play host to the world. We entered the year 2020 full of hope and the determination to build on the successes and joy of 2019, which ended on such a high note. Then the unexpected struck, and our world was literally changed overnight with the arrival of the COVID-19 pandemic. This pandemic has shaken economies and public health systems the world over, and brought even some of the wealthiest and most developed countries to their knees. Over here in Ghana, our first priority in fighting the pandemic has been and will continue to be the health and safety of our citizens. We pioneered life-saving innovations that the WHO has since sought to replicate elsewhere. With regular broadcasts, so we all know what is going on. This has led to the phrase fellow Ghanaians attaining a new status by the pandemic. Our artists and designers
na owie no ena ode to dwa se na memu no enso etimi abo modin ye papa omo aboa ama dagbon nsensem asumdua na eni ho no se ntokware to atwa na eto atwa no so eye na hohoa papa se ne pen so otimi tu anamon ema nananom hemfo omo so ewo dagbon ene ne mpotam womo etimi agitu mu ma omo tena asiesie ye ema sese asumdue ewo dagbon eno entonchen so wode abasobo kese ma mpanimfo no bia omo so di akotene pa wa bra na omo epe asumdue ewo dabon eneyi investors betimi akogina ho no omo ade womo adwuma akoho no ebiti se otumfo sai tutu otoso mienu asantehene abasobo kese wode ema no ene Ghanafo a womo enso afri dabon no mte dabon se womo nso etie na sopem ema ono na nadadanko Akufo-Addo ye bo na baso a apudani otimi enyaye no no wode aseda kese ema nananom enhemfo womo ewo dabon
had been bedeviled with conflict. Since 2002, when a fresh eruption of the conflict ended in the tragic killing of my friend, Yana Yakubu Andani, Gabon had become designated as a troubled land. A generation of young people had grown up knowing nothing else but Gabon as a troubled land where there was no peace, and public officials hesitated to accept postings there. On assumption of office, we decided to tackle the problem with renewed vigor. Luckily for all of us, the three eminent chiefs who have been at the helm of the peace process since 2002 did not relent from their commitment or enthusiasm to the cause of peace. Our efforts bore fruit. Historic settlement was reached, and peace has been restored to Gabon. I recall the joy and deep satisfaction that I felt on the day that I attended in Yindi the inscription of the new dignified Yana, Muhammad Bukhari II, and I carried my honorary title of Gabon Maltina Abu Dhani, which he graciously bestowed on me with pride. I admit freely that it was one of the highlights of the past 4 years for me as President of the Republic. I was happy, not just because a long-running problem had been finally resolved, but also because I know that the development and modernization of our country that we all desire can only happen when there's peace and unity in Ghana. I express the deepest gratitude of the nation to the many people who worked so hard to give Gabon the opportunity for its people to lead normal lives again. I pay homage especially to the three eminent chiefs who led the process, the redoubtable Asanteni, Umana Japa, and I congratulate the Gabon people themselves for deciding to embrace peace.
Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Ghana mampani ena yetine ne ewo ehono na ne krakra mu no wode abasobo ema mrasebedwafo se wo mo abom homodin ye papa afi dwumadi a omudi ye no na nya asem keto akra na ohwe omodin mu a omo abo a efri Fourth Republic ye hyase no na chese sa 7 parliament we won dwumadi a omo adie no eye dwumaso ye papa. Now, I say, Sanya say, Parliament abai kotoye ewo 2020 muno na esiti 137 seat ena NDC for 137 ena NPP for enso ewo na independent candidate na kwa NPP for na omafa majority no ebema enoma mu ayedin nenso obegina ne naso na wabo adwuma.
Will certainly be different. The good people of Ghana have spoken. Given Parliament an almost equal strength on both sides of the House, we have no choice but to work with the consequences of the desires of the people. The House will have to be more accommodating of each other's views and probably devise new ways of conducting its affairs in the interest of the good governance of our people. I'm thankful to the Ghanaian people and to the Almighty I have been given, and it is my firm and passionate view that I should only be president in a fairly conducted election.
Nana Danko Akufo-Addo Ghana mampani wasa yesanso to aba edema no nimpre no esubiem ono ena enedai wade State of the Nation address eto eja wabra yewrem ama afi enhyehyeye ena afi nso esade si akonwa so biem ena mienu a eda yenim no ena yete ne no na owie yepe ene bowra yewra Haruna Idrusu edom kuma no ono no da wo mo ano na no de atodwa se na Nana Danko Akufo-Addo oye mistake oye ene se worker se majority no NPP for ene ekuta wo mo o se mathematically wrong na ni kwan se Nana Danko Akufo-Addo okasa se yaye equal parliament na yede tachiman south beka ho a NDC for nya wani man wo mo ekwe sa pepepe ena esi etie ewo ehonom na afin so edrumre bia ma ne dwumadi a odi ye na yaye selective na afin so bo na chi se tachiman south pasapasa esi ye wontimi anka ho hwe one district one factory dwumadi a odi ba ye no so na che se pepepe ye enim ebinum enya bibiti se tema ene enkran hot dodo na factory dodo na etimi koye sanso ena napko wonjumadi no ewoso mutretrem ma emebru no yede wo mtot senate so no mso enya emfaso na ejina ne na so brane sei ena edomkuma nanu ni yewra Haruna Idrusu ono so eka nensem after Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo at the State of the Nation address no baby, you know.
But for the fact that they used state apparatus in collusion with the EC to deny Estechima, it would have been interesting where the balance of power would be for Ghana. My worry is that the president was conspicuously quiet about the huge debt he's leaving for Ghana. The IMF projects a debt of 297 billion with interest payment, less principal, and it's not as it used to be 10 years ago. I mean, for the first lives needing be lost in a genuine, transparent, democratic process. He was dead silent on that. That's not acceptable. He must investigate it, punish people. They are interested in people who are processing and rioting. They must be interested to follow through. Those who shot and killed people are walking free. Is that the democracy you want? And then many of you in Ghana miss the point. You see, it's not about the Chima South. It's about tomorrow. That in Tamale South, after resource, I just walk in and say, okay, Haruna just 125,000, MPP 25,000, walk away. Ask the electoral officer, then I'm walking away. When they would have secured some decisions that they are undeserving. So my disappointment in Dakbang, the president says he's created Dakbang. The YANA's authority and mandate have been questioned in many instances, Statistical Service and the UNDP report in Ghana. And he talks about Ghana exporting. A bag of maize assigned from my mother for the first time is now selling for more than 200 Ghana cedis in Tamale. That has never ever happened. A bag of corn. I use ordinary people to measure it. And then he prides himself with 1D, 1F. 1D, 1F not equitably distributed. Many other regions of Ghana, Upper West is lacking, Upper East is lacking, Savannah is lacking, Northern region is lacking. All the factories are concentrated in Accra and Tema.
Yeye Haruna Idrusu minority leader NITN ewo hono na minority chief whip Yewura Muntaka Mubarak aswase mrasebejani wono nso editudwa ekasai efa sona a ekoso enawie no
as he tried to, but I thought that he missed the opportunity to acknowledge the loss of lives during this election. I mean, this is something that has never happened. I can't remember the last election that we had people losing their lives in these numbers. And I thought that as the president of the country, should have taken the opportunity to acknowledge that. And that was a dent on our democracy, regardless of the circumstances. To get people shooting at collision center and people losing their lives. But he missed that opportunity. And I also thought that he was being choosy, in my view. When you want to talk about the economy, remember, to go and check the 4 years ago, State of the Nation, he was emphatic about the mountain debt that has been left him. I thought he should tell this country where the debt stands today, because he knows he has more than double what he came to meet. So he decided to be dodgy. And then when he talks about abundance of food, it's shocking, because I believe that the poultry farmers are listening. As we are speaking, they are importing maize into our country to be able to feed the best, and it is well known. It's a fact. Nobody can hide from that. Go to the market now and see whether you are finding eggs. All those things are in short supply. This is reality. So when you are the president of the country and you say this, the ordinary person on the street begin to ask whether you are being truthful. I believe that the president, yes, he's supposed to be brief. He was brief, but I believe that when he also says the people of Ghana had spoken, they want us to work together. A simple act.
Minority chief whip Yewura Haruna Yewura Muntaka Mubarak ena yetenene ewo ehono na Yewura Roxen di fiamekpo ono nso ekasai ede efa sona no.
I know him to be a president who take very serious interest in life lost, whether here or elsewhere. So for eight people to die during this election, for him to completely gloss over it, for me, is unacceptable. Economy. He failed to turn out the figures, but he's aware how things are. And so we don't have the time to interrogate the entire spectrum of the speech. But I'm particularly worried about the posture of the present majority leader. He ought not to do what he do. That people are living in a dreamland. You see, you are not in a majority by what you say, and my brother will agree. It is the figures that will tell you where you belong to.
the figures we have now clearly points to a hung parliament. He's trying to diffuse that nomenclature, but he's not the first parliamentarian to write on parliamentary practice, procedure, and history. It's a term known to refer to parliament that are classified in the manner that we find ourselves.
Yay, reactions be a yenya a free minority for no aside in yemu ewo majority for no na yene nea yenya ye a free one aside deputy first deputy speaker of parliament Joseph Osewu so one also extra na adwene e de efa sona and state of the nation address a course on
president of the 7th parliament, I mean the previous one. He will be sworn in as the new president on 7th January. From that time, he will be a president under a new dispensation. In Parliament, the arrangement is the same. It is the 7th Parliament that is in session now. The 8th Parliament will start from 7th of January, or let's say, yes, 7th of January. Now, when it comes to consensus building, the Chief Whip knows that is how Parliament has worked over the years. Even when the MPP had overwhelming majority, we knew that you cannot work without the minority. And that has always been our stance. So the difference is not in whether you're talking today or you talk tomorrow. The difference is in understanding that in Parliament, it has always been consensus. Even when we had to use to make sure you have 106, so you're entitled to 6, I'm entitled to 10. That 6 and 10 must be respected. So today, the only difference is that you may have 9 plus 1. It won't change the way we do our business. It has never been the case, at least in the 3 terms that I've been in Parliament, that one has ridden rough shoulder over the other. Never. And the Chief Whip will admit that. When we can't agree, then we decide to vote. Where we need a 2/3 majority and we can't agree, it doesn't happen. Like the case of attempted amendment of the Constitution. We tried everything to reach consensus in the House. When we couldn't reach consensus in the House, I advised the President to withdraw it. Without reaching consensus, there's no way we could garner 2/3 of the vote we needed to amend. I think we should speak to whom. They started, said, we will form a majority. We will elect our...
the first deputy speaker of parliament Joseph Osewu so Jowise na dodo na freno nenka ena yete no na information minister Kojo Oponkroma enso kire na adwene efa sona no eho awochirim se nana dodan Akufo-Addo abon homodin ye papa e wona address no na no ochirim se ohwe 8th parliament na ebe historic papa ohwe minority ni majority before ni nyina omkuta the same number na mom independent candidate MP Bakon ena decide say way and a majority and obey minority.
Parliament to interrogate these dusk addresses, because the truth is that they are done at a time when you really won't have an opportunity to debate it or to interrogate it. But it go onto the record, but there should be an opportunity to interrogate it so that both sides of the divide can have a take at what they agree with and what they disagree with. But the President has performed his constitutional obligation. Yes, at the tail end, you saw, I believe, what ought not to have come into the 7th Parliament coming, i.e. both sides begin to posture on what the 8th Parliament looks like. And that then starts a controversy that is not needed for a day like this. I've fulfilled the constitutional obligation of accounting for the 4-year stewardship and giving a picture of what the state of the nation looks like today as His Excellency the President prepares to bow out from his first term. And what we should learn from it is perhaps to find an opportunity to interrogate or to discuss it in the future. I think it will be a historic parliament, 137 with one independent candidate in the middle. And even we shouldn't be overly excited that he has announced that he will do business with us. He could change his mind somewhere down the line. It requires a lot of compromise and working together, consensus building. I think that's a clear message that the people of Ghana have sent to us in this election. The President has articulated that, and that is what we need to begin to work towards. I think anything that here and now begins to now put fetters in that space, we should avoid and explore how we can work together and not mar the beauty of what is going to happen in the 8th Parliament.
Yay, a information minister Kojo Ponkroma and yet in a ne ewo hono na enon ton chino and a net day and so African Center for Free Trade and also Eshe Ase and I pound to my AFCTA a pound to my na eno ena nana adodanko ekufuado o free so nana se pepepe eno sade na ni echiremu ewo biaye ho na FTA implementation a course so ene day ewo my konkron Ghana mu no eno ena aban any stakeholders a womo ewo abibrim ha sei no womo etimi ehia ya dwumedi no etimi eba eso na no na nado danko ekufuado ede abasobo kese ede ema Ministry of Trade and Industry yera alankas ene ne dom of the abasobo kese ma womo pa so ma bom homodin ye papa sa dwumedi yi etimi eba so ene no chirem se die ntia AFCFTA yi a ede aba Ghana ha sei no emfaso a ede bebre o my konkron Ghana ene ebibrim ha nyina no ene se ebepoa ama ye dwumedi awdo a efa edwadie hono yetimi enya mfaso a ebenya sika potene $35 billion ewo afibia sika yebetimi enya no eno no na chese o chemu a na chese ekeka ko $3 million busumi bia ena yebetimi enya ewo sa AFCFTA di dwumadi no emu eno enton chen so ebeboa pa ama sesei atimia transform yen mfidi dwuma ewo ebibrim ha sei be transform ye industry no pa enye asem keto akra sanso ena yebetumi abo ye homoden ede enoma akọ amanfo continent so akoton na yetimi enya ehon faso a enya asem keto akra sanso ena odi tu dwa se ebema mebru no dwumadi kwan amomonya dwuma aye papa enye asem keto akra na nado danko ekufuado ekasa no sei ena kanensem.
But I also added the government will ensure that Ghanaian businesses derive maximum benefit from the AFCFTA. Indeed, when the Assembly of the Authority of the African Union at its 12th Extraordinary Summit honored Ghana with the privilege of hosting the Secretariat of the AFCFTA in Accra, they placed Ghana at the heart of accelerating the implementation of the African continental integration endeavor, not just symbolically, but also operationally. That is why the organization of this event is in the right direction, and I applaud the initiative taken by the Ministry of Trade and Industry and the Customs Division of Ghana Revenue Authority for putting together this business forum, which will focus attention on the implementation arrangements for the start of trading under the AFCFTA. There are good reasons why the AFCFTA must succeed. Firstly, it is estimated that a single continental African market would increase intra-Africa trade by as much as $35 billion United States dollars per year by harnessing the purchasing power of 1.2 billion Africans. Secondly, it will unlock and transform the huge resource endowments of African countries through value addition. Thirdly, it will increase export revenue earnings in Africa. Fourthly, it will promote regional value chains. And fifthly, it will create massive job opportunities for the youth of Africa. Government strategy for supporting the private sector to boost exports to other African countries underpins our national action plan for boosting intra-African trade and the National Export Development Strategy. The implementation of the government's flagship and priority programs, such as the One District, One Factory initiative, the Program for Planting for Food and Jobs, Planting for Food and Export Program, the Strategic Anchor Industries Initiative, the Port Modernization Program, and the new Integrated Trade Facilitation and Customs Management System, the ICOMS UNIPAS, is designed to transform the Ghanaian economy and position Ghana as the new manufacturing hub for the region. Government is committed to ensure human resources are mobilized to make Ghana the new commercial center for trade, finance, and investment on the continent, a duty we should fulfill as host country.
Ghana Mampeni, His Excellency Nana Danko Ekufuado, and yetene ewo ehono na ene day enso information ministry ede dwumadie ehye so efa inauguration ebekoso enamieno entem no eho na maame Shelley Ayekoboche yen foreign minister no wano ena edi edom enim ekasaye na no ena ochirimu se ohwe dwumadie ekoso ya wano kura na sai titiri ni ede ema ekuo no na no ena ochirimu se dwumadie yi ebeboa pa na wode ato Ghana fo nyina anim se aman panimfo a eba beka yen ho amietimi ahye sa efen eye edumienu womo ena etimi abeka Ghana mampani eho ene dignities ahodo a womo ebeba no womo nso etimi aboa amayen dwumadie etimi akoso ode todwa se security yen kwan befa so a yen bambonsem no eye assured chese bambonsem no ejinamu pampia enye asem ketwa kra COVID-19 protocols no so yebehwe se yebedi eso impompanifo a womo efiri womo aman so eba Ghana ha sei no womo so ehun hyehyeye yetimi agina so etimi etu anamon amanabem eno entonchen enso womo bebo test mpanifo mbebe bia no womo test ama womo so etimi enya results ansa na dwumadie na sekra womo etimi ewrem de ato Ghana fo nyina enim sese yento yensan frewa enya de se biae ho wode wani ekire honma enye asem ketwa kra na dwumadie yi ebetimi akoso ewo Parliament House ama infidie audio to set television stations and radio stations a akwantofo radio yenso yebefa ma yetiefo womo enye bietie no yebefa ne nyina ama monso monsa etimi aka maame Shelley Ayekoboche.
And within the precincts of Parliament, in keeping with the 92 Constitution. It is a purely parliamentary activity, and Parliament, which is a master of its own procedures, will take full charge of the proceedings. The ceremony is expected to commence at 11 a.m. prompt. Guests, apart from heads of state, will be expected to be seated by 9:45. The inauguration committee has been working collaboratively with Parliament towards ensuring a successful ceremony. Indeed, the arrangements being made by the committee are geared towards ensuring an elegant but at the same time a cost-effective ceremony. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, commendable progress has been achieved in terms of the fine details for the ceremony which require our attention. 12 heads of state and government have so far confirmed their participation for the swearing-in ceremony. The foreign dignitaries attending the inauguration ceremony will have the appropriate courtesies extended to them in line with standard protocol. Arrangements for possible courtesy calls and bilateral meetings have also been catered for. I should mention in that regard that the relevant information pertaining to the specific protocol and courtesies have been communicated to the respective diplomatic missions here in Accra.
Maame Shelley Ayekoboche titini ede ema inauguration team no ena yetene ne ewo ho no na yewra oseche mesabuso akasa ede ato edwa se edin ane na mfram se Michael Kwei wasa atena so se speaker of parliament no ogidi ese papa no na dwumadi a wabɔ no ose efata se ampa party no wona namon ana idiom de aba abonten no ese efata se yeji no tum no de atodwa se party no mpanimfo ene omampani ni mrasebedwafo wo mu nyina ne kɔ asetena kɔye meeting ene omo agi tum se yewra Michael Kwei ejina mu biema ebeboa.
What it means is that Omonim say Juma Chimes Abunsu, Ayo member our Masabi Fiano. You say you made the nation as our betting eye. Namasumi Mako Musemeting eye. Now so me Nasa coordinator, a friend of Alaji Ipala, Ono Kanasen, was say Kunjano a yet Bakupe. So, at this time, we are looking at avoiding controversies. And I'm kind of with my age man. And so, we also a by-election. Another key green as by a politician. Is it necessary now? This year, if you have a dream, no say BBR, say it maca, or mining in our boom. So, it is Professor Makelo, you don't know why tried and tested, be a money my. He didn't say he's committed to the cause of improving Parliament. Obasi say reforms be or Parliament, you know. Be and Abba.
Minister of Parliamentary Affairs Sansona Swame abaton pesuano sono wano eno emra sebedwe ni ukomra sebedwe fie nso adom dodo no ona da omo ano yewra osaiche mensa bonso ena yete ne nka no na yesa ko ensama yede hyase no mekire State of the Nation address e course no Ghana fo no bi acheromo adwene afa sede normal esi ekoye eho na yentie de ebi num ekan
isika the mass dia soja folk gu ho said e be asundwe beba na mencha de papa ba yi ni nyansa ne nimdi nti no wotumi amende asundwe abasremu a ende ye ka asundwe a ebi asundwe ba de a sremufo anya asundwe eno pe na de ame ade ba ko e ka ho e ye mbede e wo State of Nation address o ma no yo o mampani ye mo na ba so aya de ba said the economic na de we na esi atia pansama ye no utimo se 2019 no wodi nyama ku akwam na COVID-19 adawroma na ma niema ye basa nso no se de o mampani kan no utimi se 2021 edie enya de se odi niema ebedi agro wa bo adwuma ampa yali ba ye ne mu bi ne hu ye hu de o mampani ni ye wodi wo se yo esinkete se ne mama obeboa ye no wa ye na afam die bi ampa o mampani ye ma Ghana fo eni tie ye ni so ye ti o mampani ye beda wase ya mishira kwa de baby omudu musika ko to bangi na o musika na so mun san kan ye no o yi si no oba no o se o muso otue bi o se wa munya o de no oba be tua eni se ye me de ma musika ba ma fu beto musika ba kurum ti ya no kan so anu se e ta so mu pa kan ni blofo kan no me de isika
Ghana fonum bi adwenkyira wo mde toja wa bra State of the Nation address no etimi eba awieye na Dr. Patrick Kumaboaje wono ena weye Director of Ghana Health Service ori atoja se afi emuno Korea cases no ye record 0 ewo honom yenyina so nyemfa enne enwumre trending news ne nyina nsi meeting ede Edward Donko Papa Smiley ne chinchim no mama mote yenka ewo Zeno Radio tuning in sanso en Facebook and in YouTube and nyina ye A24 Radio yakramo nyambo ech number te yenka
heba Danny beat edie dwabo na wowobo say ye dintuo obi awoda Eye anasempo ekuo bi pnoto Akwentufo Media Services won krofo a ebonwoma efatama ne awobo ye biara wo bedwam kasafo a aprofo frene se MC a wonano so atiye ena wosan so wo enuane noafo a wonu enuane ahodo pia ehotie ena video ena infoni twafo a wo ba betwa mfoni papa bi efe a wo de beka kai won hihye ne da wo hwehwe Akwentufo Media Services a one number ye 07951832691 and also se frem wo 07904143168 wasanso wo internet so a won website address ye www.akwentufomediaservices.com Akwentufo Media Services ye wo homa woda
girl you the hustle be like say you know they got chance area better now within different umbrella work to me I be work
Hey, Nancy, umema sema sorry. Usi pasua asa ya sheni kubu. Se ujina suweni.
Nasa uzohoji.
Matinka na abete. Give us power capsules sada romenti. Matinka na etiko ya nasinya beja.
Oh, give us power capsules. Usisi na yao ya. White, mono, syphilis, dementia. Stamina na uni. Se wome minibia. Ubewa jume free. Nonsia kopi nonsia. No spell count. Unene tukanta amoba pai. Kani iname jonsa mebresa. Enam give us power capsules unti. Sise me maswa na besineko. Koko didi mini pedwemu afifiri mi bebia. Amamai na jima boso. Debia nam yamatim. Nenam give us cold capsules unti. Manyami fa hodie. Ema muko afichira munyam wotweye. Ana wo wanita aya ohine. Pompo na abobo. Give us cold capsules. Ye blood purifier. Sonkwa. Abadwa so. Give us cold capsules. Nyama oba woma mofo anaso wafefro. Ana kwala woni mfe dumienu. Give us cold capsules. Ne give us power capsules. And I'm give us scientific herbal clinic for so na buy. And now www.aqu24mediaservices.com and www.aqu24radio.com and Fre Ahumatrufui 00447951832691. Give us Ruben Gina Soma.
Ephemerian Mission, the Church for Spiritual Empowerment, welcomes you into the hour of awakening and empowerment with Brother Dr. Ishmael Tete. Be open and discover the radical truths that will set you free this and every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Ghanaian time or 19 hours GMT. Awaken the spiritual giant in you and gain the ability to handle your life and succeed in your life goals. Join the interactive hour of awakening and empowerment with Brother Dr. Ishmael Tete for spiritual lessons to unleash your innate potentials. You will have the opportunity to ask questions which will help you grow spiritually. Remember, this program comes up every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Ghanaian time or 19 hours GMT right here on Aqu24 Radio. Make a date with us.
The Intraman Association UK Etunsa Fred in Tradishia ewo UK hanyina say Momeka yen ho na yemfa nkabom ene kroye ento to adwene emfa mmoa ye mindintra Yeshia busumi biara ne kwesi ada etosumienu ewo Weekway Community Center St George's Way London SE15 6PL Efri no nsia kopem no wotwe mrene mu Friend yen wo 079 041 43168 Bra na den chaman puntu ohu hia Pentemprem Minnesono Adewu dentra kwaye kese a Minnesono
What event are you organizing? Is it a birthday party, christening, funeral, wedding, and many more? Fall on Aqu24 Media Services for your DJ and music that will keep you on your feet. Master of ceremonies who will captivate your guests. Photos and videos that will hold your cherished memories, as well as catering services that will provide mouth-watering food. Turn to Aqu24 Media Services. We make the most important part of your events come with less worry and excellent professionalism. For bookings, please contact 0795 183 2691 or 0790 414 3168. Alternatively, visit our website www.aqu24mediaservices.com. Aqu24 Media Services, there to serve.
Forget to gala do when you want the physical. Sometimes I get to be the forget to gala. Yo, young.
the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path.